Why am I whispering?
Secret ma. Secret you cannot say very loud. Yeah, tell me a secret. Cannot be what.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shannon and I'm a child of God. And this is the Sean and Shannon show.
Cool.
You wanna sing?
Sean and Shannon show. Oh. Okay, yes, what are we talking about today?
Today, we are going to follow up on Solomon's wisdoms where we share about the ancient secrets of success. So, why am I whispering?
Secret ma. Secret you cannot say very loud. Yeah, tell me a secret. Cannot be what.
So today's secret is debt is to be avoided. Debt as in like D-E-B-T. Yeah, so in Proverbs 22:7 it says, the rich rules over the poor and the borrower is slave to the lender.
This is totally correct, man. The borrower is slave to the lender. Think about it. For those who are like working every month to pay off your debts, like mortgages, your car loan, whatever loan, you are literally a slave, you know. This is so true. Why do people borrow money anyway?
Well, we shouldn't borrow money that we know that we cannot pay, for sure. So for example, like credit card. A lot of people get into credit card debts, right? Because they just keep swiping until they're like over leveraging.
That's right, that's right.
But what about say housing loan or car loan, you know, are those wise?
Okay, you see, the key thing is this. They never say don't borrow money now, right? It's just telling you the consequence of borrowing money. When you borrow money, you are the slave to the lender, which is true. You can't avoid that. For example, in Singapore, to buy a house, you have to borrow money most of the time. And it's smart to borrow money because the interest rate is low. But I think one thing that you should avoid is consumer debt, where the interest rate is like 10%, 20%, and it compounds against you, you are dead, man. And one more thing that I feel very strongly against is you shouldn't borrow money to invest. You shouldn't borrow money to invest. And let's take a reference from another rich guy in our generation, Warren Buffett. He says that if you know how to invest, you do not need to borrow money to be rich. If you don't know how to invest, you shouldn't borrow money. Otherwise, you get into trouble, you see. So even the smart guy in this day and age, right, he also agrees we shouldn't borrow money to invest. So borrowing is something that we should not do. I mean, if you can, right?
Then how are we going to ever buy a house if, we got no money?
Okay, you see, so borrowing, again, in terms of investing, you shouldn't do that. Borrowing in terms of like consumer debt where you have to pay very high interest, you shouldn't do that. But borrowing for, let's say, a house in Singapore, you can take it as a forced saving. Okay, why? Because, right, when you actually borrow money to buy a house, basically you are like paying for your housing anyway, correct? So if you don't have a house, you have to like pay rental. So take it as about the same. It's just that at the end, you have a certain amount of assets. Of course, this is some ways to look at it. Again, look at the cost of borrowing. If the cost of borrowing is high, avoid it at all costs. Right.
Well, I think this will open up another kind of worms there.
Why? What worm?
The HDB worm.
The HDB worm?
Because like HDB is 99 years, right?
Yeah, correct.
And then, you know, at the end of it, it goes back to the government. So a lot of people say that we're actually sort of renting, you know, when we are buying a house.
Okay, how many Google search HDB then Bible verse? See whether they talk anything about HDB.
Oh, serious?
Don't have lah, HDB. So, okay, the point is this. Again, when you borrow, you become a slave to the one who lent you. Literally, for the next 30 years, if you borrow 30 years from HDB or bank loan, we have to pay off the loan. And borrowing, right, or the debt that you own is guaranteed. You have to pay that for sure, okay? But again, I come to the point now, investment is never guaranteed. So don't borrow to invest because you are borrowing something you have to pay for sure, but you are investing into something that's never guaranteed. So this is one thing, never do that, okay? The next thing is, depends on how in debt you are lah. If the interest rate is lower, then you know that you can get out of it easier. Alright, it's not saying it's right or wrong. It's not a sin to actually borrow money, but you become a slave. You want to be a slave?
Don't want.
For some show you act as slave, right?
Very long time ago. You saw
Yeah. The one you borrow with the owner, right?
I quarrel with the owner.
Or the boss or something like that.
No, I always kena bullied by the boss.
See? Slave usually kena bully one. Don't have slave like, wow, you eat ice cream or what?
Very true, yeah. So if you want to see the link, it's in the description box below.
Right. Okay, so this is the topic this week. Avoid that.
Yeah, really avoid that. Don't spend money that you don't have. And if you really don't have enough money, then just live within your means. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, we'll see you next week. Bye!
Bye.